Tell me more about yourself.
I'm Jacob Lind. I come from Sweden. I live in a city called Malmö. I'm 32 and a half years old, and I work at the university in Malmö. But for the moment, I've been living in Birmingham for 6 months to work with my research.
What is it like integrating into Birmingham as a city?
Well, the people that has been the easiest to integrate with is other migrants, I think, because we all share this kind of being an outsider, so that's good. And apart from that, I have a context with the university, so I can see people. I've met some people through that context, and I think that's very important to have some kind of context to integrate through. So I have a job here, and that makes it easier than if I would just come and not have a job and not knowing anyone. So that's the key for me. Since Sweden and England are quite similar. Actually, this was more when I was here 10 years ago. I realized, I thought, I was younger then as well though, but I thought that things would be the same as in Sweden, but then there were slightly differences, small differences, which over time made a huge difference. Like it made me not feel always like I understood what was happening, and made me not feel like I fit in. So those kind of small differences can sometimes be harder to handle than the big difference, because they're not so clear. Whereas if it's a big difference, if you look really different from the person you're seeing, or you have different language like dialects or like that, then you're not expecting to be completely the same, and then you kind of, I guess, try a bit harder, and so that makes it easier. So it's a funny thing with this thing for me, coming from Sweden to England, that it's almost sometimes trickier that it's so similar, but still there are some key differences.
How do you feel about the way migrants have been portrayed in the media?
Well, since I am a white migrant, I really see it as the migrant that the media talks about is very much racialized. So it's actually about people with different color than the English or the Northern European. But since I look the same as the typical whatever English, I don't feel like I'm affected by this at all. But it's also, the interesting thing is though, with the Eastern European migrants, that also is very much seen as a problem in the media. They are actually white, and so in one sense that kind of contradicts that theory that it's a racialized concept, because so that maybe it's a culturalized something concept. I don't know. It's still about the other. Someone is the other, and they're different from us. So the Eastern Europeans, I guess, I don't know. It's very. I can't really get my head around it. It's complicated, but it's very interesting, I think.
As migrants, we're expected to contribute to the society, your community. Do you intend contributing to the society at the moment where you live?
I volunteer actually in a youth group on Wednesdays in Coventry, so that's been the regular kind of just free time contribution, I guess.
Okay.
But then since my research is about Birmingham, I'm going to write about Birmingham, and I guess that's going to feed into like the discussion about what Birmingham is like and what it's like to be a migrant here. So, but that's on a work level, so I don't know if personally. I try to combine my research with helping, supporting, being a volunteer, and that as well. So it's a bit difficult because my research is like, I do my research through volunteering, but also just so it's like mixture. Is it work or is it what? It's a kind of difficult question to kind of entangle what is what actually.
What advice would you give a migrant who is planning to relocate down to a place like Birmingham?
Well, it's important, even though it's hard and you're afraid, because I was afraid in the meeting. I wasn't sure how it was going to be like, what people would think of me, if they would be welcoming or not. But I just, just decided I'm just going to go for it and reach out and try and see. And everyone I've met has been really friendly, and everyone has been really welcoming. So I think that's the most important step you can do for yourself, is to have that courage, I guess, and try and go a little bit against your fear and still try, even though you're scared, and reach out to people and go to places and start volunteering and start to getting engaged in different activities. That's the kind of most personal. Because then, as soon as you get to know some person, maybe one person is enough, and then you get to know that person's friends, and it's all kind of snowballing from there. So yeah, just try to find those key people, and then you can build from there, I guess, to build a network.